This is my brother. This is Bubba. His real name was Ronnie, but we all called him Bubba because his father's name was Ronnie, so it was just easier to call him Bubba. He was born with cerebral palsy. My father was abusive, and when Bubba was born, our father had decided that he didn't want another baby at that time. My mom was already about 8 months pregnant with Bubba. Dad came in the door and he started screaming, and he said that the baby in her belly was going to be another goddamn girl. He didn't want it. And he knocked her to the floor, and he sat on her stomach, and he choked her, and he banged her head against the floor. And the neighbors had to pull him off of her. She had my brother that same day, and they were told that he likely would never go home from the hospital. He was damaged in such a way that they did not believe he would survive. After that, they told us every 6 months that he would not live another 6 months. He lived to be 23 years old. For 23 years, he lived trapped in a body he could not control. He could not eat on his own. He had a G-tube in his stomach. He wore diapers. He could not walk. He could not talk. He could not control where he moved his limbs. He could smile and make you smile. It kills me. It absolutely kills me what my family has done. Because they took this beautiful soul and they used him for profit, for pain. Adonis Paul wanted to hurt me when he held a fundraiser titled, "Let's Go Pee on Bubba's Grave." He did it because he wanted to hurt me by going after the only thing in this world I truly cared about. He succeeded. Isn't he so proud of himself? And this is really why I won't just go away. Because he succeeded in breaking my heart when he went after my brother. And I have nothing now but to speak up about the man that has done this. Adonis Paul raised $1,500 to urinate on my brother's grave, on this boy right here. This boy who lived his whole life in a broken body, listening to his parents screech at each other non-stop, in a home full of drugs and bugs and pain. A home where he watched his own father commit suicide just 3 years before he would die himself. He watched his father beat his mother night after night. Listened to it. That was his life. I got to go away. I went to my grandmother's. I was gone for days at a time. He was still there, hearing it and seeing it. My sisters got to go away. They got to go to school. They had friends they could go see. He was always there, hearing it and seeing it and being surrounded by it. It was his life. And it was a life of pain. And it was a nightmare nobody should have to live. After his death, he should have had peace. After he finally passed away, it should have gotten better for him. But then Adonis Paul came along, and he wanted to hurt me. And I had been talking about how much I loved my brother. So Adonis Paul held a fundraiser to urinate on my brother's grave. And he raised $1,500 to do this. And I got angry. Because it broke my heart that they would do this to him. And I pointed out the fact that if he wasn't really going to the grave, then he was just scamming his fans. He liked to call me a scammer whenever I needed $5 to get a soda when I was homeless. So I thought it was only fair to let his fans know that unless he actually visited the grave, he was scamming them because he held a fundraiser to do something he wasn't planning to do, and he raked in money to do something he wasn't planning to do. And then my mom died, and my Aunt Kathy decided that that was the perfect time to fulfill Adonis Paul's goal of urinating on my brother's grave. She was gonna be in town because her sister died, and what better time, right? What better time than when your sister dies to humiliate your own dead nephew? That's how my family thinks anyway. So my aunt went to Florida, and she made multiple videos saying that she was standing in for her friend Adonis Paul, that she would make sure his fundraising goal was met so nobody would think he was a scam artist. He could keep his $1,500. She would fulfill the goal for him. She would take care of it. She was a good friend to him. And she was going to stand in where he couldn't be there. Such a good woman. Willing to go above and beyond for her friends. Fuck these people. Literally, fuck these people. This will never not hurt. I will never be over this. I will go to my grave hurting for what they have done to my brother. And probably soon, because they're not going to stop until I'm dead. They're going to keep pushing me to kill myself. They're going to keep pushing their followers to kill me. They're going to keep pushing. Because going after my disabled brother wasn't enough. They go after the disabled. They go after the dead. They go after the people who are too weak to fight back against them. And they thought that I was one of those people. They thought that I was already too weak to fight back. And what they found out is that I have a whole lot of screaming power.